It's October 2024, and I'm driving on the dark-lit, moonlight roads of Washington State after visiting my dad, thinking to myself, what am I still doing content for? Earlier in the day, there was a comment on my newest video that had me kind of just thinking about things, about the channel and the direction I've gone, so much so that I reached out to a longtime fan that had more feedback for me, which was, what or who am I still doing this for? After I made the decision to split my content up between an anime channel and a gaming channel, there was a growth plateau, my community really dwindled, and the 4 years compared to before the hijacking to the 4 years after the hijacking were just so drastically different. And I think for the past couple years, I've really wondered why that is. So I decided on this drive, I turned off the music, turned off the phone, the podcasts, the world around me, and just wanted to talk with myself and ask that question. Why did I start making content in the first place? And has that changed? I'd say the roots of me doing content in the first place was this series, GTA Social Madness, which was just kind of capturing these fun and hilarious moments with friends as we play GTA 4 together.
Okay, he ain't gonna try to get us. No, drive!
That car's dead, run!
That kind of would continue on in other ways. Like, I think the first reactions I ever recorded of myself was when Halo 4 got revealed and Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. I don't have the footage of those reactions. Sadly, I can't find them anywhere. I am sorry. Hopefully one day they come into my peripheral. And then at some point I thought sharing opinions of moments that happen in time as well, being movie stuff, because I went through a movie phase.
Like, new stuff this week is just happening. Like, just the past week, crazy stuff has been happening, and sadly, we all know what I'm talking about. But anyways.
It wasn't until 2016 that I really started to get into this rhythm of sharing who I truly am on the internet, rather than just these moments and memories, sharing who I am through, I think, like, my first anime thing ever was a Nisekoi reaction to a certain chapter that I was very anticipating, and Spider-Man appearing in the MCU in the newest Civil War trailer. Those are probably two pivotal pillars that people actually noticed too, of what was my initial intent, which was archiving moments. I wanted to be able to relive these certain moments that I had experienced. What did I do when I saw Spidey for the first time? What did I do during that Nisekoi confession? What, you know, or just these moments with friends. I wanted to be able to relive that. And that's eventually when I came to the channel name, Samurai Kibiji. If I can't make this character, that's where he comes from, that I made for this little comic story, whatever, come to life, let's just be Samurai Kibiji on the internet and sharing these moments. The thing that I didn't expect was the second big reason that started to come about. 2017 is when I would define the golden years began, when I put this Breath of the Wild final trailer compilation that I just felt like doing. I just thought that was such an amazing trailer that I want to make a compilation of the internet reacting to it. And oh my God, did that thing explode.
This is a fucking trailer! This is a fucking trailer!
And then also I was watching Clanad for the first time, and I know there's moments that people bawl their eyes out to it, and I wanted to capture that, and I did. And oh my God, did people explode for it. And of course, the long-term thing was just sharing my genuine love for the build up to Kingdom Hearts 3 and just anticipating every little breadcrumb that we would get for it. That one didn't go as viral, but it was a continuous sort of virality, so to speak. So much so that people even considered me a Kingdom Hearts YouTuber over time. And I'm like, that was not the intent, but all right. And that just kept building up and up and up to just more Kingdom Hearts content, sharing Smash Bros. Reactions, anime reactions. That is kind of the backbone to what became my second motivation. And that was these requests that came in. There was this feeling that I was serving a community by just being me. For some reason, I mattered to these people and were giving them something of joy in their life, or I don't know what it was, but just something about me being me was important to them. So much so that I don't know how or why, but there was just donations, there was memes, there was patrons, there was clips, there was fan art. So much happened in those golden years that made me feel like I was doing something right. What was Act 1, over I think 3 or 4 years, got 3K subs. And the 3 or 4 years in this Act 2, where I started to actually form the community, I went from 3K to 30K.
It's your channel. Sorry, bro. Sorry.
When I lost my channel in 2019, I tell people it was the worst moment of my life, but it wasn't just because I lost all the content that I built up over the years. It was also because I was so worried about losing this sense of purpose I was getting. This sense that I was doing something meaningful to people. I'm a person that blames myself for everything. And that is the main issue that happened to me in the most recent 4 years. Because when I came back from that hijacking, I decided if I come back, I am taking this, this has to happen. The dream has to happen. I have to get that silver play button. I have to be able to go full time with this. I have to be able to say I got my house and dog by doing what I love. And I needed that goal to happen. So I did the split, made an anime channel, gaming channel. Gaming is my passion, focus on that. And everything changed. It was that lack of community and that feeling that I was doing something meaningful that I really destroyed my own self-esteem. It wasn't because other people. What goes on in my head is not blaming them. It's I'm not doing things that they like. I am not being someone of value to them. And what that eventually did was just destroy my self-esteem as well as drive to do content. And when I realized all this in the car, I now have a new question. Why do the numbers matter to me so much? Act 1, it was about archiving. Act 2, it was about community. Act 3, I think I was just getting desperate. Over time, it made me feel less and less motivated to do the meaningless content, the content that I think nobody will really care about, even though I feel like making it. In fact, I think somebody in the community said that very well. It's like, hey, sometimes meaningless content can be the best content. I don't have my dog. I don't have my house. And I'm in my 30s. I find myself watching people that sort of do what I thought maybe is what I like to do, but they don't feel like personalities. I'm subscribing to them because of a service that they are providing me. They're providing me the news. They're providing me updates on Halo, and so to speak. But they aren't people I'm personally connecting with. I would say in recent years, my biggest inspirations has been Jane Animations and Pretty Much It. Pretty Much It being a commentary channel that you get to just hear and listen to them comment on things and live react to these movies and so to speak, or shows. And then Jane Animations is the most top tier quality of content where she shares these personal stories of her life, and we kind of feel like we get to be a part of her and know what's going on in her head. Is that why people came to me during Act 2? This leads to my final question. What are my favorite videos? What are the videos that I will watch on a dime if anybody asks to watch it with me or to see that or whatever. I would say Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, before it came out, I had a session where I reflected on the whole series with a couple buddies of mine. The premiere to Avengers Infinity War and that journey being captured in like a vlog style thing. My reaction to Banjo and Kazooie coming to Smash Bros. It's crazy, but it's also a moment. Playing Among Us with these YouTubers and the compiled version of that I did. And funny enough, my very passionate rant on the PlayStation 5 getting a digital version. But what's the commonality between, say, those 5 videos? I don't know if they are my 5 all-time favorites, but like they're 5 that come to mind. They're all reliving memories. That's why they're my favorite. And that was the initial point of the channel. I'm a speculator. I love speculating with people, and I have that need, and it's felt so good to be on other people's podcasts or have people on mine or whatever. And the comments, I'm addicted to my comments. But it's just not working. And maybe there's another means to do that. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a blog, or maybe it's some just side thing. I don't know. The most important thing right now that I shouted in my car is I need to put myself in a place again where the numbers don't mean as much to me. This whole thing stemmed off of a comment that was like, I'm looking forward to the day that we could stop talking about Xbox and start talking about the games again. And the thing is that I love talking about Xbox because it's a continuous story. Unlike Kingdom Hearts 3, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Halo Infinite, where they launch and then things just aren't the same after launch. You know, like there's a lot of Kingdom Hearts people that were with me that were just with me for Kingdom Hearts and then they left. And that's why I was trying to think, again, 2020 Beyond Act 3, taking things seriously, what is something that you will always be happy to do content about? And I think Xbox was a good preface to that because it's a continuous story talking about a publisher instead of specific games that'll just make you so scatterbrained all the time. But do I watch these Xbox videos I do again? Not really, at least not most of them. If I am to get back to that place that the numbers don't mean as much to me, I need to find things that I will look back on fondly. If the accidental effect of that is that's what other people were looking for back in Act 2, then maybe it'll actually work out. And maybe that impacts the titling of things too, like the title is Finding Out or Reaction to, Deciding, When I. That is the backbone of everything, is this is a moment Samurai Kibiji is experiencing here in some way. And it's funny because that was the whole initial point of Samurai Kibiji. But if you think this is about a direction change, it might be a bit more complicated than that. Because I'm in my 30s now. In my 20s, I was way more excited and passionate about various things, but I'm just not as much of that as I've gotten older. Maybe I need to take a break. Maybe I need to make a new channel. Maybe a blog or something. I don't know, but just my channel has to go back to being this hobby again. I need to get back to the place that I am doing content just for myself, instead of where I have been the past couple years, where I'm trying to reach my ideal audience, make the title and thumbnail for them, what might they be watching, doing this research and blah, blah, blah. I need to get back to a place that my channel is just me. And hopefully there's things about me that are interesting to people, but in reality, I just need to archive things that I want to look back on. And what those things are, I don't know. I'm in my 30s now. I'm not as passionate and excited about things as I was in my 20s. So that's a scary thing. That this is happening a bit too late. Or is it? I don't know. But if I continue YouTube, that's what it has to be. So here's to Act 4.